Okie dokie. So yes, no, thank you for chatting with me. It's really a pleasure to talk to you. We've actually spoken probably like two times in the
Mm.
past, but this is back in your like Black Ink Crew days. The last we saw of you before Baddies was you were on Black Ink Crew and you were starting your own business. And we saw you
Mhm.
embark on those type of endeavors. And then we kind of just seen you disappear. You popped in and out of the headlines a little bit, not nothing too crazy. So tell me what was going on in between the time that you left Black Ink Crew and now joined Baddies.
Just living my life and thankful to God I'm able to do so. A lot of healing, a lot of love, a lot of family, a
Yeah.
lot of getting things together, mind, body, and spirit
I
for
love
my
that
family.
because you came to Baddies and you could tell that your whole energy, your whole everything was different. You were
Oh,
lighter, you seemed happier, you seemed more content and confident with yourself. Whereas your behavior, you weren't reactionary or that reactionary to things. You were able to control yourself, your environment, your situation. We love that. So talk a little bit about kind of the mental healing you had to do during that hiatus because I know that's big for you right now talking about your mental health, talking about self-care. What did you
Mhm.
actually do during that time off being with family to help yourself heal?
I mean, we went through COVID, baby. We had this, we all of us were going through healing. It was just a lot of things that everyone needed to progress a process, and that was what my thing was from going through COVID, dealing with my family matters, just therapy and not being opposed to that. You know what I mean? Like, because that was just a big thing. Like, I've never been opposed to therapy, but I've always said, like, I'm gonna go back and get some, or I'm gonna. But at this point, I went out after quitting Black Ink. I went and really took some time for me, and I'm so happy I did. And I did a lot of growing. Like, I'm a grown ass woman. Would it be the same girl from years ago? I would praise, but that it would be some growth when I did come back. And I was able, and I'm thankful that for Zeus to be able to allow me to rebrand myself in that way to show where I'm at, because a lot of people expected, a lot of things. And I'm just happy that it was still me, like organically, just real me. Like, I'm gonna be in a scene, I'm gonna be out the scene. I might. You just never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, you said the perfect words. It was grown woman. You were giving grown woman vibes. And I just really feel like I'm glad that you mentioned therapy as well. I am mom of two, right? I have a 1.5 year old and I have a 4 year old. And woo,
Mhm.
girl, I did therapy last year after having my second child, and I just felt like I was going through postpartum, and
Mhm.
therapy really helped me. It saved my life, I feel like.
Really,
It did. I
that's
was
so
going through
good.
I was going through postpartum and not really understanding, as mothers, how mom guilt weighs on you so much. And that was such a thing for me. But therapy really helped me. So in therapy, what do you think were some key takeaways? What can you share that you learned that you want your readers or your fans to know that they can take away from therapy?
Just go for it. If you're questioning yourself and just wanting to see different perspectives of life, or trying to heal trauma bonds, and you're just learning these new, we find these therapists on social media, on Instagram, and with these opinions, and especially the young girls and the young boys and our peers, like, it's a different day and age. So it's just like, it's really hard on them. And I really want the people that do look up to me and to support me just to know that you just take everything one day at a time. That's really, don't beat yourself up. Like, the things that your parents or your good friend might have told you, it might take a stranger to tell you that, and just give you some different ways of loving yourself and
Mm.
forgiving yourself. It's okay to forgive yourself. And it's shit. We all make mistakes. We are real humans here figuring it out every day. No one's perfect, and all of us are going through something.
And that compassion really translated on screen this season of Baddies. Let's bring it forward. Woo,
And
this
look,
season.
thank you.
Yes, this season has been, I did not know what to expect. Okay. I knew it was going to be lit because we were just like in an upward trajectory coming off of Baddies West. I feel like it was like everyone had their eyes on Baddies East. And you
Yeah,
once they announced who was on there too, we was like, oh, y'all got some heavy hitters.
of
We didn't know
course.
what Sky we was getting. We was like, oh, Sky, okay. So I thought it was really refreshing to see how you came in with that compassion. You maintain your compassion. We're still in the season. We're still going to see some more things, but I feel
Yeah.
like for you, fans were really pleasantly surprised and happy to see this version of
I'm
Sky.
so happy. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
How has the reception been for you? How do you feel you represented yourself in this version of yourself?
Oh, yeah, well, like I'm just thankful. I'm thankful that it was able to come across. You know what I mean? We're on a produced show, so I'm just thankful that it was able to come across no matter what was happening, and I just I'm just happy. Like this is where I'm at. There was a little bit of that and back in Black Ink days, of course, but it's just like I'm leading with that. I'm in a space in life where I'm leading with love no matter what. And you always know what you're capable of. So what you getting ready to go and what you about to do for real though.
How have your family and friends reacted to, especially, the baddies version of you? Because this is the world seeing, the new improved Sky.
Well, they are so happy. And my family, my friends, they are very, 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 very happy, especially my mother. She's so happy just to see. She's always proud of the woman I am, but she's just proud of the woman I'm becoming. And I'm proud that she's able to be here to witness it, my moms and my pops. And my friends, everybody's just super supportive. Like, who I only got God blesses me with really good people around me. So like so
Yeah.
I guess that's the energy you put out, you receive that back.
Oh, I am a firm believer in that. I guess we can get right into energy. In baddies, there are several episodes that have Twitter, Instagram, all of social media up in arms, talking. What was some of your favorite moments on baddies though?
The moments that weren't recorded. Gosh, I
Really?
wish there was more cameras in the house with the girls. But
More
we had
cameras.
like cameras in the house that get those intimate moments. I'm
Yeah.
saying not like, hey, it's time to shoot a scene together. Oh, it's time
Yeah.
to party. We're waking up in the kitchen, talking with crust in our eyes, really having a moment and just talking to one another, laughing, doing TikToks, shit like that, like swimming, tanning, like listening to music, talking about our families, vibing, like, and energy exchange. It was really such a blessing to be in a house with those girls. They were so amazing. I love them all.
This. Do you think there were more instances of those moments than there were of what we saw on TV, like the fights and the back and forth?
Yeah, of course. Yes, yes, 100%. There were more. I mean, we're living together like 24/7. We're filming a few
Yeah.
hours of the day. So, of course, there are going to be more intimate moments amongst the girls that, I mean, if in within their capacity, because I don't know what was happening over at the other house. I know the other girls were interacting with one another too. So it's just like, but what I know within our home, like we still all converse with one another.
Yeah.
Like kids call me their aunt. Like that shit
Really?
makes my soul smile. You know what I mean? So
Oh.
we are a family.
A lot of the fans, I'm gonna keep it real. We felt like that made it worse. We was like, why do y'all have two houses? Like that defeats the purpose, and y'all are not able to get to know each other the way that
Yeah.
y'all are in your individual house.
Like I really sucked that we weren't able to be in the house with one another. I know, just on top of there being a lot of conflict amongst the girls, we were a big group. This was a big
Yeah,
cast,
it
so it was
was.
like kind of tough to get homes to for the capacity that we were, because it's not just girls, it's going to be production,
Yeah.
security. So you know what I mean? So things had to be broken down to where it made sense. And for where we were at, it just made sense. And when I say where we were at, it's amongst the girls, I just wish the girls could have spent more time with one another and really could have got to know one another. But there's always more time.
There is. Who did you relate to most in the house?
In the house that I
Yeah.
relate to. Shit. I can't that's like picking your favorite sibling or picking your favorite child. I couldn't. Because in the house, we had a bond, even if you didn't feel like coming out your room that day.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? We understood what your character was, what your thought process was, and somebody would check on you that was closer to you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was we just had this, like we have this love for one another to where your secret's safe with me. We it wasn't just all kumbaya, ice cream dreams and Candyland. We would go back and forth for one another too.
Yeah.
But outside of that, everything wasn't a scene. It was just like a real sisterhood, like a sorority. Like it was giving that old VGC vibe.
I love that. Did you hate kind of like the notion that house A or house B that you guys didn't stick up for each other within your house?
I'm just meeting a lot of the girls, so I don't know what's really expected of me. And a lot of these beefs are carried from previous seasons.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
me personally, I don't care.
Yeah. And how did
It's,
you
you know,
manage to stay kind of like outside the beef?
now it's, oh, I'm sorry to cut you off, but
No, go
now it's
ahead.
different. But as far as when you just meeting people and and again, like I said, people are carrying old beefs, and again, you're just meeting these people within 3 days. You don't know how serious or how real this is about to be. And yeah, the love, like I said, has grown and it's very real. And you'll definitely see that at the reunion.
I'm glad you mentioned the reunion. Okay, perfect segue. Everyone is anticipating this reunion. And obviously, there's not everything can be said. And people have gone on social media, individuals on their own platforms and given as much tea as they want to give. Some gave it
You
all.
probably know.
Girl, I
You
be in there. I
probably
be
know. I
like,
feel like you know the whole shit.
I have been in there. I
You
be watching the YouTube videos. I be like, who's doing what? Blah, blah, blah. I'm too invested. I'm happy to hear there was some dialogue that took place.
Yeah, there was dialogue that took place. The girls got to speak their piece as much as they did.
So we already know it was pretty
They
wild.
spoke. It was the baddies were the
Yeah.
baddie.
Suki said
See,
it was the best one.
huh?
Suki said she thinks it's the best reunion ever.
I think so too, baby. I'm not even gonna hold you. I agree with my girl Sue. She ain't tell you no lies. She never
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, and I watched a couple things from Camilla, and she talked about her beef with Roly. And a lot of people are talking about Tasiki and ET. What were your thoughts on how that just kind of went left? Because we saw them make up on the show. So it was kind of
Hmm.
surprising that we saw them hug it out, and then we get to the reunion and we get all these reports back like that was like an intense beef. What was your perspective on how their relationship kind of like peaked and then just went left?
I think that we all saw it was all on social media. Social media is one hell of a thing that bring it bring you together or bring you apart.
But if you had to say anything about the reunion, what do you want people to know? What can we expect?
So I love. I signed a contract and I agree to my contract. You gonna see everything. It's gonna be juicy. It's gonna be amazing. Do you hear me? Like edge of your seats. Like,
Oh
and
my.
I look good as shit too. Though I'm not even going to lie.
Okay.
Boobs was here. It was really a look. It was giving boys camp. It was cute as shit.
I
But
definitely want to get into your look.
thanks. Yeah,
You have
it was
some
a look.
You have such good confessionals. I just was like on looking back, I was binge watching the season. I was getting prepared. I was like, let me make sure I know everything. You had a lot of great confessional looks. What was your favorite confessional look?
My favorite confessional look. Shit. I be looking good in all them shit.
You
But
was really slaying.
one of them, whatever one I had this bone straight hair. One of them I had real bone straight hair. I don't even remember the outfit I had on. I just really liked the way my makeup and my hair looked. It was just giving like Shit. The glam.
Hmm.
The glam as Zeus was. They did my shit nice. I love that. All the girls' confessional looks was looking real good. No
They
funny
were,
shit.
but you had the most, I think, when I went back and looked, and I was like, I wonder if you're talking about one of my favorite looks that you had was it was black and you had on your hair was straight and you had on like the bling bling, but it was so simple, it was so chic, but the bling really made it like and your swag, it just made it so good. And then you had one with the New York fitted on. I thought that
Oh
was
yeah, I was trying to coincide my confessional looks. I was trying to coincide the looks with whatever city we was in to make sure like it would, you know,
yeah.
I thought, a little OG shit.
Can we expect you back next season? There were definitely rumors and things and talking about who was invited back and who's not invited back. Are we gonna see you again? Like, was it Baddies Miami with or Baddies
The
auditions are
next
in
one,
Miami?
then the next one, the auditions are in Miami and it's Baddies Caribbean that's coming out. Oh, that's gonna be so spicy.
How do you know it's spicy? Because
Um,
you were there?
I mean, I'm just saying it's gonna be. I'm part of this history, baby. Come on, we're a
Okay.
family, so
Okay, you in the
yeah.
family now. Okay, because some people are like, I'm not coming back, or they didn't ask me back, blah blah blah. So I'm happy to hear that we'll see more of you on Zeus in whatever capacity. But I really love the energy you brought. Like I feel like you and Camilla really brought that like grown woman, that energy to like mother with the UVA. Like,
Virgo energy, baby. You already
oh
know.
wow,
What do
my
you?
daughter's a Virgo.
She is. When's her birthday?
She's August 29th. She
My mom is August 30th,
My mom is September 16th. I'm surrounded by Virgos.
and I'm September 19th.
Oh wow, I'm a Gemini.
I love Geminis. Tommy's a Gemini. I love Geminis. Caesar's a Gemini. I fucking love
Oh,
Geminis.
I knew
Yeah,
you loved
like,
me as soon as we got on. I knew it. I
yeah, for
felt it.
sure. When I turned and I saw the tits, I said she could see a little ass. She's fine. This is my freaking Mercury sign twin because
Oh
we're
my
the
God.
only two signs that's ruled by Mercury. I don't want to get
Yes.
all into it. Yeah.
Girl, hold on, because we can go all the way down. Because when Mercury is in retrograde, I'm toe up.
Mm.
I'm
I
toe up.
was born through I was born on retrograde, so it's like I'm home.
Oh my goodness. Wow. So that had to probably be a challenge for you to learn how to communicate, learn how to express yourself, or like learn how to control it. Do you feel like that was something that you had to learn in your life, period?
Yeah, you can not to be too impulsive. And as I'm growing, it's just like I don't want nobody else to control how I react. And that's the way my perspective is when I'm on some bullshit, unless I want to be on some bullshit.
Mm.
And I know like it's whatever I do is because I want to do it. It's not because of what somebody said, whatever. It's because Jaquita, Sky, Days wants to fucking do it. Jaquita Forrestine Days, what everybody calls me, Sky.
I love it. I saw you recently, you linked up with your older son. How is that relationship growing and blooming? We love to see you guys just figuring it out. Like,
Yeah,
okay, hold
that's
on. Telling
exactly
us we
what's
have to.
happening right there. We figuring it out. We figuring
Listen,
it out. That's my oldest. And I have another son,
yes.
Dessalines, Jim and Dessalines. Those are my boys. And I'm super thankful, super, super thankful for them. And our relationship is again there. And I'm happy that we have a relationship to even say we have one. And we working on everything day by day.
Yeah. Do you feel like there were some things that you had to forgive yourself with motherhood?
For sure, definitely. It was just a lot of forgiveness amongst myself, within the people close to me that I love. And it was just like, yeah, and stop blaming people for everything. You
Ooh,
gotta fucking take
accountability.
accountability, man.
That's a big thing. And I feel like that's just like womanhood, period. Like learning to just be like, it's okay to take a L. It's okay to, forgive yourself. Because sometimes we'll get
Yeah,
so stuck on it that we're like basking in it. So that's one thing.
yeah. And it's
That's
just
one thing.
like this shit ain't gonna last forever. Promise you gonna come up. Promise. It's just gonna be some down fucking times, but you're gonna come up out of whatever feeling or rut you might be in. The other day, was having a tough day, and a good cry, let the fucking salt from the tears go into your skin because it makes your skin do something. As Christy Brinkley said something about this shit years ago, but it does keep the skin beautiful and moisturized and
Hmm.
keep going. It's better than hyaluronic acid, from what I'm told.
I love that. I love that. Well, speaking of all of those beauty tips, you look amazing. Your skin, we see you on Baddies, no makeup, fresh blah, 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 fresh. What are some of your beauty secrets besides some natural tears? Because we want to share those.
That definitely no, definitely. I stay hydrated. Whether I'm always going to have a beverage, whether it be water, a juice, a beer, a Henny. I'm always going to make sure that I'm super hydrated. And I definitely have a to the T skin routine, like
Oh,
a
please
day
share.
in.
Your skin is
Come on, baby.
flawless.
Thank you. Oh, and definitely a little Botox and filler.
Okay. I appreciate the honesty.
You always got to be honest. I never lie to my girls. I never lie to people who see me or who ask me a question. I'm very transparent with everything that I've done.
Yeah.
So yeah, but outside of that, come on to my YouTube and you can see me do my wash my face and I'll show them whatever.
That's perfect. Speaking of YouTube, we have like a few more minutes left. I just want to get into what you're doing now outside of Baddies, where we can find you, what you have coming up. Tell us all the tea.
Well, I'm just so thankful to live the life that I have. But definitely, some acting endeavors are coming up, the grace of God this
Ooh.
year. I've been offered quite a few parts and I've been wanting, and I take everything very seriously. So I've been taking acting classes and just to refresh up what I do, because a lot of what I do on shows are improv,
Yeah.
basically, like you're and I'm doing a skincare coming out with my
Oh,
it's why it's so cool that you even brought that up to segue. And it's just gonna be a nice cream for the winter and a light oil for the summer. Just something that you can go with it's very hydrating and it's a good skin. And that's about it. Oh, and the robes. Oh gosh, I
I
love
love this
robes.
whole self-care. Like it feels very self-carey.
Yeah, like that's really what my life is about. I promise you.
I love
Yeah,
it. And a little bit of smoke. Listen, if I'm working, but that helps.
self-care.
I love it. Anything you
It
want.
was so good talking to you.
It what? I love it. I really love your energy. I appreciate you. Anything you want to leave with the audience? We're gonna look at the YouTube. We're gonna wait for the skincare line. We're gonna see you in the Zeus family.
I mean, I'm there. Make sure you all continue to check out, you know, just continue to check out what because Zeus is still on by
Yep.
the time this is coming on.
Yeah.
All right, so continue to watch the season. The reunion is coming on. It's gonna be you won't want to take your eyes off of it. I will say that NeNe looked fantabulous.
Ooh.
Shanisha looked so good as well. Did you get to see that? Their
I did.
outfit?
I saw a little bit of NeNe, and we love NeNe. So that was big. How was it for NeNe to host the reunion?
She's just a breath of fresh air and she is funny and she's an OG. So it was an honor and it was so good to just, be amongst her energy. She enjoyed it and I'm pretty sure. Did she say anything afterward? It was so
She
fun.
hasn't said anything yet, and it's so crazy. We're working on a project with her. I don't know if it'll be out by the time, which one will come out first, this interview or that. But as soon as I saw all of the feedback after the reunion, I said, okay, so now wait a minute. They had NeNe up there when shit was going down. Like how long was NeNe on stage? Was NeNe on stage when Tasiki and ET was getting it popping? Because I feel like they shook the building. We're from New York. We talking like I feel like they shook the building. They had NeNe
Hey,
still there.
at that point, I'm not even gonna lie to you, sweetheart. I wasn't paying attention to anybody but the girls that I was with.